What's up, YouTube? Jeff, your Style O.G. And on today's video, I'm going to give you my top 8 fall and winter style tips. If you're new to the channel, we release a new video every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, discussing various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. I invite you to subscribe and tap that notification bell and join us. And to my returning friends like Dominic Scanner, salute. Now, fall and winter, without a doubt, are my favorite times of the year style-wise. It's when you get to grab all your favorite pieces out of the closet and rock them. But as the temperature drops, you need to be both functional and fashionable. And I've got several tips to make sure you do it in a way that helps you look good but keeps you warm at the same time. I've got 8 different tips on what to wear, how to wear them, and to get the most out of your fall and winter gear. So without further ado, let's get into my top 8 tips for fall and winter style. Cold weather style tip number 1, invest more in that outerwear. Now, you guys have always heard you should put as much money as possible in your shoes, and that's a great point. But I think it's just as important to invest as much as you can afford into that outerwear. And there's several reasons. For one, as the temperature drops, outerwear might be the only piece people get to see. You don't want cheap gear to be the focus of people's vision. Secondly, with outerwear, you usually get what you pay for. The more you invest, it's gonna last longer and it's gonna look better. A major outerwear key, perhaps the most versatile outerwear piece you can grab for the fall and winter, a nice overcoat. Not only is it gonna keep you warm, it's easy to dress up and dress down. I've got a video on how to style overcoats right here if you need some tips. Next up on the list of fall and winter style tips, you gotta make sure you re-up on those essential accessories. Those little small pieces are gonna make a big difference in you looking stylish and staying warm and dry. Hands down, the one thing guys always neglect, invest in a quality umbrella. You're gonna need it, and you're gonna be glad you didn't buy a $5 umbrella off the side of the road. But you also wanna make sure you grab some hats, scarves, and gloves. You don't want that heat escaping from your head or your hands. And those scarves are just a nice stylish piece that keep you warm, but stand out a little bit and give you a little bit of a stylish edge. And if you're gonna invest in any gloves for fall and winter, get a nice quality pair of leather gloves. Next up, I want you to make boots the focal point of your fall and winter shoe rotation. Never run out of different styles, circumstances, and situations that boots will come through for you in the cold weather. Whether we're talking Chelsea boots, chucker boots, hiking boots, or work boots, not only are they gonna keep your feet warm, they're gonna have you do it in a stylish and masculine way. Keep those feet looking good and warm at the same time. Invest in a great few pairs of fall and winter boots. Next up, I want you to take advantage of and master the art of layering. Layering is the ultimate style hack as the temperature drops. It's a great way to regulate your temperature and look good at the same time. Now, I've done a whole video on how to layer that you can check out here, but let me give you the quick cliff notes on how to layer. You wanna make sure you layer thin to thick from inside to outside, meaning your thinnest layer should be closest to the skin, your warmest layer farther out. Second, make sure your outside layers are longer than your inside layers. And lastly, make sure each piece works on its own. You're gonna be pulling them off and putting them on. You don't want them to look bad by themselves. Next up, I want you to do your best to weatherproof those fall and winter clothes. Here's what I mean. Now, we all know we should polish our shoes to give them a nice shine and have them looking right. But did you know polishing your shoes actually adds a little bit of a sealant to your leather, protecting it from the elements? And on top of that, I want you to weatherproof your outerwear that isn't already waterproof. For those outerwear pieces that aren't weatherproof, I suggest you use the Scotchgard water repellent outdoor fabric protector that I've been using for several years. I have a link in the description for you if you want to give it a try. Now, being ready style-wise for the fall and winter doesn't only include your clothes. You also have to take special care to make sure your face and your lips and your skin in general stays moisturized. Of course, as the temperature drops, so is the level of moisture in your skin. Make sure you're using maybe a little heavier moisturizer on your face. Make sure you're using that lip balm and use maybe a heavier lotion for the rest of your skin. Arriving with that nice winter gear on, but looking all dry and chapped, that's not stylish for the fall and winter. Next up, I want you to adjust the colors that you're wearing in the fall and the winter. Now, when the summertime is here, that's when you're probably busting out those bright colors. but let's tone it down during the fall. I want you to grab as many neutrals as you can. I'm talking about your browns, your navies, your blacks, and your grays, and any other earth tones that suit your fancy. These are gonna be easy to match and just gonna go with the season quite well. If all else fails, grab some nice monochromatic looks. These always work well in the colder weather. And last but certainly not least, on my top 8 fall and winter style tips, I want you to make sure you load up on those sweaters. When the temperature drops, I think sweaters are just a man's best friend. Whether we're talking about turtlenecks, V-necks, cardigans, crew necks, you name it, sweaters are just money. They're one of the most stylish ways you can layer. They add structure to your frame, and ladies just love to rub up on that merino wool and that cashmere when the temperature drops. Wear the sweater on its own, layer it under some outerwear, put a nice button-down Oxford under a V-neck. You definitely can't go wrong loading up on those sweaters for when the temperature drops. Okay, so there you have it, my top 8 fall and winter style tips. Let us know in the comment section how you get ready style-wise for the temperature drops that are coming. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit that like button, helps the channel to grow. And of course, tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos we release every day at 4 p.m. Eastern, and I'll check you out tomorrow.